about more when it comes to mentoring? Such as, what are the pros and the cons of being a mentor? And name a challenge you experienced while mentoring young men and women.
Pros and cons. Let's do the pros first. So the pros are, I feel like the pros are really, seeing like the outcomes, that setting the goals and seeing the youth accomplish those goals. So that's definitely the pros. I love the outcomes. Good outcomes is always a good thing. Some cons. I can't save everybody. As much as I would love to save everybody, I cannot save everybody. And that's tough for me, because I be like, hey, what could I do? What could I have done different? But I gotta still remember that I didn't raise my youth. I got them at a later age. And so if I'm not raising them, sometimes however their upbringing is kind of like how they are. And I also have to remember that the youth are going to change when they're ready to change. I can't make anybody change. Whenever they are ready, that's when the change will come. And that's why services should be longer than what they are. Because if the youth is in the system at 12, and then that's when they, committed or whatever the case is, and by 18, they still ain't grasped everything that they were supposed to grasp, because they still trying to rebel. So if they're still trying to rebel, by the time they turn 18, 9 times out of 10, they done got a little bit worse. The mind didn't grow, it didn't mature enough. So if you extend it, whereas though you kind of remove them from the environments that they're in, and take them to, different places and enjoy life a little better, because they are going through the struggles that they're going through. If you change that, then you can change the mindset of a youth.
I love that so much. I'm not even really going to make the next question a question more, so I would just like for you to state one success that you've seen working with young people, and then one challenge you've seen working with young people.
A success. I have many success stories. I have success stories of my youth, finding a good job, obtaining, residency on their own. Finishing school is definitely always the number one goal. For my youth that, had children, been parenting and being great moms. What was the other question?
What was a challenge that you seen?
A challenge.
So you basically just did the successes of your girls that you've seen over the years working with them, the outcomes that you talked about.
Mm-hmm.
But then what would be a challenge that, in a sense, but you kind of went into it a little bit, but just like, ending it off with the challenges.
Some challenges that I feel like that they go through is getting into domestic violence relationships. That is that's probably the number one challenge, is to help them get out of a domestic violence situation. I too am a domestic violence survivor. So with that being said, I know that You know, it's not nothing that somebody can just tell you to get out of. It has to be something that you are ready to get out of, or that you're kind of like forced out of it. So that's definitely one of the biggest challenges.
Thank you so much for that. And the last part is, what do you see that your community needs right now, and what are you doing to implement that change that you feel like we need?
We need love. We need love. We need more hugs. We need more hugs and kisses. We need more unison. We need more empowerment. I feel like, you know, a lot of people are not like sticking together. I feel like women are supposed to be the ones that, you know, to help empower and stick together as a sisterhood. And I feel like if we stick together as a sisterhood and empower each other, then I feel like it'll rub off on everybody else, male or female. Like the youth females nowadays, they in school, they just fight. That's all they do is fight. And granted, I definitely did it when I was younger, and now I see them and me so much. I'm like, oh my God, like I really was a cause of this type of behavior. So I definitely wanna change that. So I do love on my young ladies and tell them that they're beautiful and that they're pretty and give them compliments and things like that. And, you know, help them grow into the beautiful women that they are supposed to be.
Thank you so much for that. I loved your answer to that question.